Hello, welcome back to Gobbledygook News. We've now come into the town hall and we're here in the Mayor's Parlour with Mayor of Barnsley, Mr John Clarke. So, Mr Mayor, can you tell us what the role of Mayor of Barnsley entails?
So, I'm classed as the first citizen of Barnsley while I'm here. So, if somebody from royal family comes, then it's the lieutenant who greets them, but I'm involved in that as well. If the lieutenant's not there, then it will be me, myself and the mayoress who would greet them. We go to civic events, even like shop opening. We went not long since to Hope. Have you heard of Hope House? Hope in the, well, it's a charity that deals with lots of people. They opened a charity shop not long since we went to Hope that. So it involves lots of things. We've met lots of young people and been lots of events with young people. But overall, it's a role for the community. Is that good enough, Alfie?
It is, thank you very much. So, you sort of touched on it already, but what does your day-to-day working life look like?
Well, up to now, we started on 17th of May 2024. Up to now, this is 206 events that we've done. So sometimes you get a busy period, like you might have 3 events in a day. Sometimes you might have 2 or even 1. Since Christmas it's been quiet, but it's picking up again now. So every day is a little bit different. Sometimes you've got quite a few events, sometimes you've only got one event or whatever, or sometimes you might have a couple of days off. But when I'm on my days off, I'm also a councillor for Worsborough. So I have to deal with residents' inquiries and things like that.
So you don't really get much of a day off then?
No, we don't get much of a day off, no.
So, what do you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy the days where you have like 2 or 3 engagements in one day, or just sort of have them spread out over the week?
I try them to be spread out a little bit, but I mean, like I said, we've done 200 and some engagements, and meeting people in Barnsley is fantastic. Our theme for the year was it's respect and kindness. And since we beat Mayoress, we found out that we've received that back from people of Barnsley. So not only is it our theme for year, it's worked out okay because we've had that returned to us by lots of people in Barnsley.
Very good to hear. So how long does a mayor hold the title for?
For a year, you're deputy mayor, and then you progress to be mayor for a year. So it's a 2-year thing altogether. A year as deputy, and then a year as mayor.
And what would you say are the favourite and least favourite parts of being there in Barnsley?
Oh, I've been discussing it earlier on, and I think everything that we've done has been really good. Particularly meeting young people like yourself. It's a fantastic opportunity for young people in Barnsley. Council's put a lot of resources into for young people. So I would say my favourite part is meeting young people.
So if we move away from sort of your experience and move to sort of history of Barnsley, sorry, how many mayors have there been?
I'm the 154th mayor of Barnsley.
Quite a lot then.
Quite a lot. It goes back into 1869, I think it was first mayor.
So quite a sort of prestigious role, which
Yeah,
sticks
it
in
is.
history really.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And it's a role, Alfie, that we want to keep going as well. It's part of our culture, so we need to keep that role going as long as we can.
So what criteria does a person have to meet to become the mayor of Barnsley?
First of all, you have to be a serving councillor, and then you have to be at least 4 years a councillor. And then, do you want to know about how you get elected?
Yes, please.
Well, I was asked by a senior councillor if I fancied to be mayor. If there's more than one person got the name down to be mayor, then it has to be a vote. But when he asked me, no one else put the name down, so it's like automatic, you know what I mean, Alfie?
Yeah.
If somebody else had put the name down, there would have had to be a vote in chamber, sorry.
And are you quite glad you become mayor of Barnsley? Do you think it's helped you?
Yeah, it's helped us, yeah. We've found out lots of things. I mean, I've been a councillor now for 15 years, but even being a councillor, you don't get to know everything that's going on. But we've found out exactly how much we've invested in people, and particularly young people and older people. So it's opened a lot of doors for us, hasn't it, Doreen? We've found out things that we didn't know what were happening.
So it's sort of been quite helpful for you
Yeah,
to...
it's been an eye-opener.
Yeah. So, often you've already touched on it, but whilst you've been working for and with Barnsley Council, what roles have you done that have led you to be there?
Obviously I've been mayor now for nearly a year. I've been on scrutiny committee for quite a number of years. I've been on licensing for quite a number of years. I was chairman at Task and Finish, that's taking scrutiny to task about different things that council's doing. So every decision that council make, not every decision, I'll rephrase that, lots of decisions that council make, scrutiny committee have a look to make sure it's the right thing for council.
Yeah.
And
So,
the task and finish, we pick 3 themes in a year to concentrate on particular themes. It might be young people, it might be voluntary homes, you know, they pick 3 themes that we can concentrate on.
so you could say then that your entire sort of career in local politics has been, obviously a long one, but also dedicated to helping people and make sure that council...
Well, when I run for re-election in Wordbury, I always put on my leaflets that I'm community councillor. I'm a Labour councillor, but my main priority is to be a community councillor, to help as many people as I can.
Yeah. So what skills or experiences and qualities have you developed throughout your career, both in local politics and anything else you've done?
I think it's being able to talk to people at all levels, young people, old people, you know what I mean, you can speak to them now a bit more in depth about things that's happening. So that's, my wife will always say I'm a man of few words, but I've had to have a few more words. One thing I found out particularly difficult, I'm not good at reading from speeches, so I found that a bit testing for me. You know, when you've got to make a speech.
Yeah.
I've got through it okay, but I've found that, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I'm just getting the hang of it then, I'm going to finish.
Well, at least you're getting out of it eventually.
Yeah.
So, often you mentioned finishing soon. When it comes to the end of your tenure as Mayor of Barnsley, what would you like your legacy to be?
I'd like it to be, to carry on the theme that Barnsley Council's got now, that Barnsley is a place of possibilities. So we've like promoted that while we've been mayor, that everywhere I've been, sometimes it's written to my speech, that Barnsley is the place of possibilities. And we've found out that's really true as well. You know what I mean? We're open at Hughes Road, we've got the best choir, 5th best choir in the world. So Barnsley is really the place of opportunities, particularly for young people if you get stuck into your education. But it's not all about education, because some people are not as academic as others. There's other routes to go down there. We've just been talking about it, and I didn't know much about it. You young people probably know a bit more about T levels than I know. Have you heard of them?
Yes, I know they've just been introduced.
Yeah, it's just been introduced, but that's another way into education, you know, rather than perhaps doing a tougher exam. I think D levels, I don't really know because I've not looked into it, but I know there is a new thing that's called D level.
So I think like what you said is quite good, because drawing on my own personal experience, a lot of people give young people a bad reputation. Same with Barnsley, really, in different areas.
Yeah.
So trying to promote that it is a place of possibilities is quite good. So
yeah.
So I think a lot of us will be very
sometimes grateful. I think you've got to put hard work in as well to make it a place of possibilities. But there's opportunities for everyone. And like you said, young people sometimes get a bad press, don't they?
Definitely.
The people that we've met, all the young people from school councils to youth council, they've impressed us, you know, tremendously.
So what would you say has been your proudest moment as Mayor of Barnsley?
That's difficult. I suppose it's representing the borough.
Yeah.
You know, because we're classed, I was only just a councillor before, and I've been a councillor for 15 years, but doing the mayor's role is more prestigious. We've not had very many bad comments from community, they've all been positive comments, particularly about how we've done town centre up and refurbished it. They've come from Newcastle, Warrington, Chesterfield. I'm talking to a lady from Scotland on Saturday, and they're all impressed what we've done. So that's one of my proudest things as well, supported council to achieve everything that's been achieved over years.
So that is quite a legacy, because it's benefited Barnsley greatly, and it will in the future.
A lot of people are jealous from other areas about Barnsley town now. We did have quite a bit of a lull when they closed all mines, and a lot of people were out of work, but a lot of people have retrained now and found other employment, so we're on the up all the time.
Which is good, it's good to hear, especially for young people, as we're growing up, it's good to see that opportunities aren't outside of Barnsley.
No.
Well,
that's what we want.
Something.
We want young people in Barnsley and people in Barnsley to take the jobs we've got in Barnsley.
So, talking about young people, how can a young person get involved in local politics and decision making?
Well, first of all, if you're at school, join the school, get on school council if you can. Then you can progress to youth council, we've got a youth council. But get involved in your community. You know, I mean, like you said, lots of young people get bad press. Get involved in your community and get to know about your own community, and if you can volunteer, then volunteer for different, and that'll stand you in good stead for when you want to get into employment. If people can see that you're being active, not just, on a tablet in your bedroom, and you're being volunteering in your community, that goes a long way for employers to have a look at your CVs.
And do you think it's important for young people to be involved in decision making? Because obviously, sometimes we're young, so we don't always have a lot of power and influence. But do you think it's important?
Yes, it is important, but you should have your own voice. Young people are the next generation, aren't they? How old are you, Alfie, now?
I'm 15.
You're 15, so in a couple of years' time, you'll be the vote. I don't believe that 16 is a bit young for voting. Like I think it's Scotland where they've brought it, they're going to know. I think it's a bit young. So in a few years, Alfie, you'll be to vote, but you need to know lots about your community and your representatives to be able to vote, and the government as well, don't you?
Indeed. So finally, for this section, do you have a message for young people of Barnsley, sort of related to what you want to achieve going forward in your career in local politics and what you've achieved already?
I just want for Barnsley to be recognised, once again, use its same word, the place of possibilities. And I want every young person to feel that they're included in that. And everybody, not just young people, everybody to be involved in making Barnsley better and better than it is now. And it is a really good place as it is now.
Very inspirational. I think that's very important as well.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that, sir.
All right.
We'll be back in a few minutes after this quick break.
Coach.
Brilliant. Well done, Alfred.
Welcome back. After that short break, we're now going to talk to the Lord Mayor just about a few lifestyle questions. Nothing too serious, just a bit of fun. So I'm going to go through this. Mr. Mayor, what's the last book you read?
It's quite a while ago, Alfie, because obviously I read lots of documents. I was a magistrate for 16 years, so there were lots of documents then, lots of emails to read. So I've got to go back quite a while, and it was called Hard Times by Charles Dickens. But I think that's very apt, what's going on in today's society or about social history. And lots of things that were happening then are happening now, poverty and worklessness and all stuff like that. So it is quite a while ago, Alfie, but it were Hard Times by Charles Dickens.
So now to Lila.
What type of music do you like?
I like all types of music, but I don't like screeching. I like to hear the words. One of my favourite, probably not your favourite, but one of my favourite singers is, he makes a boy's own, Ronan Keating. when it seems, you know, individual. I like them with boys on as well, but you probably, do you know who he is? Ronnie Keating.
I've heard of him.
Right, I don't like we watch The Voice a lot. Have you watched The Voice? And a lot of, particularly young ladies that's on, it's like they try and get as high as they can, don't they, with singing. So I don't like screeching singing, I like to make them hear the words, but I like all types of music.
So for our next question to Tam.
Who is your favourite celebrity and have you met any?
Well, I ain't really got a favourite celebrity. If I were to name one, and he were a football manager, and that way Jurgen Klopp from Liverpool, I thought he handled his players really good. I was sad when he left. But if I were to, I can't really pick one particular person, but I think Jurgen Klopp was a really good human being.
And for our next question.
And I have met Duke of Edinburgh. He came to Barnsley a couple of months ago in his role of Duke of Edinburgh to open the new Tommy Taylor Bridge. So that was, both me and my wife met him, and greeted him when he came, and then we went for lunch with him to Joshua at back of Cooper. So that was really interesting time. And one thing about it, Alfie, it was Doreen's birthday the same day. And I told him, he said, if I'd have known her, he would have sung happy birthday to her. So he was really down to earth chap one day. And he spent a lot of time talking to people in Barnsley. One butcher gave him a Barnsley chop while I was at market. A lady made a posy of flowers that he had when he was when he married Sophie. So everybody took to him when he came, and they were really, I think he's like his security man were trying to push him on all the time, but he won't bother. He spent a load of time talking to Barnsley people.
Very good. So, and for our next question, Grace.
My question is your favourite kind of tea?
Right, I like strong tea, but I also like coffee. And Doreen drinks, tell me, Earl Grey. And sometimes it seems a waste to just use one tea bag to make one go. So I get the tea bag and put it in my cup. So I like strong tea, I like coffee, but Earl Grey is nice as well. So I ain't really got a favourite.
And now to know.
Do you have any pets?
Well, we haven't got any now, but we had a dog for 16 years, a West Island Terrier. But when I was younger, and the girls were, I've got two daughters there when they were at home. We had guinea pigs, we had a canary, and when I was even younger than that, before I came to live in Barnsley, when I was 12, we had some rabbits as well, but just now we ain't got a pet.
And for our final question, Matt.
What do you do to put your feet up at the end of the working week?
I go for a walk with Doreen and a friend. I'm not a very good walker and I'm lagging behind all the time, but we do exercise. I like to watch sport on TV and things like that, just to relax. We don't get that much time to relax because I look after my nephew as well, who's disabled. That's why I was late today. So really, she keeps telling me I've got to have some, what's that new word? Mindfulness. I've got to have some of that, she says.
So, thank you very much, guys, for that. Do you have any questions for us, Mr. Mayor?
No, I'm just glad that I've met you all. It's an exciting time for Barnsley as a borough. Take part in everything that you can do. Carry on with your education if you're still still in education. Because when you finally want a job, you want a well-paid job, and well-paid jobs come with well-education. I know it's not everything, because when we were at school, if you weren't top at class, you got forgot. So they used to like stream you off, you know what I mean? So don't let them forget you. If you've got anything to say, say it.
Well, thank you very much for that, Mr. Mayor. And to our viewers, thank you very much for joining us today. We'll hopefully see you next time.